We've all been hearing about Ferrari bringing updates to the Imola Grand Prix next weekend in what is being branded the Ferrari Evo or the Ferrari B spec, due to the sheer amount of changes that the Ferrari team are going to introduce to the SF-24. Now, these updates are actually ready for Miami. However, Ferrari chose to delay the introduction of them so they could utilise the filming day they had already planned, which did of course allow them to gather 100 kilometres of data on just how the new updates are going to perform on the track before they introduce them in Imola next weekend. Now, just to clarify, Ferrari did not run 2 filming days this week. The test on Thursday for the FIA and the spray guards was actually done on the 2022 car, not the current car. Whereas on Friday, the team chose to use one of their allocated filming days to run all of their new parts and gather data on these new parts on the track before next weekend. So what is new on the Ferrari Evo? Well, the biggest visual change that we can see from the outside is the removal of the revolutionary S-duct design which has been done as the team have moved from the traditional underbite side pod inlet that we saw at the beginning of the season to this new Red Bull and McLaren overbite inlet, or the shark inlet that has now become known. Now, this change has meant that the vertical bypass duct that was there has now been merged with the main inlet to create just a singular P-shaped inlet that's similar to this year's Alpine and Mercedes in terms of its concept. By removing this S-duct, they've also been able to remove the outlet that was located by the rear part of the halo, and it's also been helped by a change to a cobra-shaped vane that's also been inputted in this area. To help combat the airflow around the driver's cockpit, Ferrari have also made a change to the wing mirror stalks in the sense they've extended them to give them aerodynamic benefit. The new floor that's been introduced has been aided by a more generous undercut that's been achieved by the bodywork on the side pod being completely reprofiled by Ferrari. This has also led to some changes in the cooling loops, which has been changed for a larger singular outlet rather than panels that it previously had in this position. The floor in Imola has also been labelled as being virtually new, and the team also have minor changes planned for both the front and the rear wing, all in all making this very much a B-spec SF-24. But what does all this mean for performance? Well, if all of these updates work as expected them to do, it's expected they're going to gain 15 downforce points, which would transpire to around a gain of 0.3 seconds per lap. But of course, with so many changes, there's also a risk that Ferrari may just upset the balance of the SF-24, which so far has actually been really competitive, especially over one lap. One thing is for sure, however, Ferrari are going all out with this update to try and close that gap to Red Bull and maybe just put themselves in the title championship.